You know, if I had to come into this world as a special needs child, I'd want my mother to be Barbara.
When Gary was born, that was back in the days where they kept Mom in the hospital for a week or 10 days. They brought you cookies and milk. Now I think you have a baby and everyone goes home the next day. But we had a little adjustment period there.
The doctor came out after he delivered Gary and he told me what the problem was, and we decided not to tell Barbara that night and wait till the next day. And so I knew a little bit about Down syndrome. Barbara had had a cousin with that, born that way, so we knew a little bit about it. And he gave me a name of a lady here in town who had a 4-year-old Down syndrome girl, and I called her and probably talked for 3 or 4 hours. And like everybody else, we cried till we just couldn't cry anymore. And I remember being at the house by myself that night, and I remember the next morning going into the room and telling Barbara, and the doctor was with me, what the diagnosis was and what Gary, and she knew more about it than I did. And you know, we both cried for 2 days. And you know, when he was born, the doctor said, you know, you've got 2 other children, you might want to think about putting him in an institution. It's going to be a little burden on your life, but it's your choice. And gosh, it didn't take us long to decide that, hey, he's coming home, we're going to love him, and we're going to do what we can to make his life better.
As Gary's mother, I just wanted the same things for him I wanted for my older boys. I wanted him to be healthy and happy and as well educated as he could be.
You know, I think we were looking, you know, right away to what facilities were available, and the thing that was up and running was the Cerebral Palsy Center, and that's where Gary first went. It was located out on 6th Street. A lady by the name of Harriet Foy ran it, and they needed help, they needed volunteers, so we jumped right in and helped them raise some money, and they moved out of that location over onto Thomas Street in a couple of years with our help and everything. And we knew that these were things that Gary could do. And then at about that time we started in the early 70s, probably 1970, the Busy Bee Workshop, and that was a place where the adults made arts and crafts. Bob Light donated the building, and then I was in the dentist chair one time at Dr. Murray's, and he said, why don't you buy the old bird farm and start a home for the handicapped children?
When we first bought CARC, I was overwhelmed. My husband is the guy with the vision. He could just see different things going here and there. I could see this enormous vast land with him on the tractor with Gary and Gary's little dog running behind.
You know, we just couldn't have done anything like this without the support of the community. It was just unbelievable, from you know, the Lions clubs to the Knights of Columbus to the Maybe Foundation to the Scarborough Foundation to the Limeberry Foundation, the Maddox. It just goes on and on. We had probably 8 or 9 clients at first, and 1 paid staff, and a lot of volunteers, and a lot of hard work went into it, just cleaning it up. If you can imagine cleaning up 40 or 50 acres of land, and that's what we did the first few years.
When we started out, we started with 1 group home, and still clients in the community, but 1 group home, and that just grew to another group home because there was the demand, and so we built another one. But not everyone wants to live in a group home.
You know, if you want to live in a farm setting, we have that. If you want a ranch setting, we have that. If you want an apartment in the community, we offer that. And I think that's what makes us so special, is we have a choice, and different people can handle different situations, but not everybody can be put in an apartment downtown and check on them once a week. It just doesn't work that way. And some people need a day-to-day check on, and that's what we offer.
We have a lot of activities, a lot of programs. We have jobs. You can't imagine how wonderful it makes you feel if you've never had a job, to have a job and earn some money and go to work. We didn't want an institution where you just sit all day. That's not what this is. These little guys have so much love to give. And all of our people at the farm, they're my buddies. I've been around most of these guys so long. When I work at the thrift store, I talk to several of them all during the day. They come by and holler Barbara, and they're my friends. I bowl with them once a week, and they're neat people. They deserve this chance in life.
This place just has a tremendous future, and I think it's the role model for the western part of the United States, and especially New Mexico, that, hey, this is what we need to do, and this is better than some of the other options, and I think it's just a great success story. If you had had to write a script on the CARC farm and our success, I don't think you could have written a better script in the last 35 years. No, I just think when Gary was born, we just felt like maybe he was cheated out of a little bit of life, and we were going to make up the difference. And we've tried to make his life as normal as we can. I think we've made a difference not only with Gary, but a lot of other clients. There's a lot of people that have benefited by Gary being brought into this world.